According to CNN, after being denied a place in Donald Trump's motorcade en route to his criminal trial in New York City, Natalie Harp jumped into the trunk of a vehicle so she could remain close to him. She jumped into the... That sounds like the beginning of a domestic, don't it? Trump. Look, I understand the flattery. I understand the value of the flattery, especially for you at this point in your life, what you got going on. People saying you got diapers, all that and the other thing. Melania won't hold your hand. It's Browning. I understand all of that. I understand the flattery, but player, she not taking no for an answer. That never ends good. Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video, and salute to everybody supporting the channel over at thepeoplesgetup.com. I'm Reese Waters, and I'm trouble. Donnie, no, we need to holler. Hey, what's wrong with her? Hey, give us a minute. We just need a minute.
Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
Natalie Harp when Trump leaves the room for 5 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Matter of fact, don't I recognize her? Huh? You say she was in Top Gun? I never seen that. Top Gun? That was a real movie? They made something called Gums with the Wind? I ain't never heard of Gums with the Wind? And they didn't cast Tim Scott?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
How you gonna have a whole Top Gun and Gums with the Wind and no Tim Scott? That's crazy. Trump, we need to address all of that. Yeah. No, it's not cute.
New from Donald Trump and Mattel, it's Harpy, the doll that will never leave your side.
I'll climb in the trunk to be with you. We will always be together.
Harpy is the doll that never wants to stop playing.
I want things to always be right between us. Always. With all my heart.
Harpy, for ages 80 years old and up.
Come play with us, Donnie. Forever and ever and ever.
Man, that's creepier than the Chucky doll. I ain't never... And they call it the Harpy? A Harpy sound like something you pick up downtown after midnight. That's what a Harpy sound like. That don't sound like no kid's toy. Wow. And that's what you're doing, huh? And does Melania know? Meet Natalie Harp. She'll be playing Melania for seasons 3 and 4. Hey, Melania, you know you got recast? Does Amazon know you got recast? I know they got that miniseries coming up. Well, you better say something. Wait, you F that for free? Hey, she not wrong there. She not wrong there. Honestly, that is a sign of a deranged mind right there.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I think that the only thing any other Democrat should say is that Ossoff is wrong for physical reasons. Donald Trump probably couldn't have an affair with anyone.
Honestly, Trump, that's probably your best defense. I know you always act like you in the shape of a NFL defensive lineman. I know that, but that's probably your best defense right there. You know, and we all can believe it. We all can definitely believe that. But here's the thing, Trump. If that's the case, how you going to keep her?
He is all that matters to me. I write him little notes. I hide them in the good news. There is no bad news. I tell him everything he wants to hear. I am loyal.
Is that used? That's a used. You know that's probably going to end up in the archive one day.
I'll never leave him. Not when they come for him. Not when the lights go out.
Never leave. Never leave.
Multiple moving. Infamy. Dinchingen. Incoming. Stitchinson. I'll never leave him. You are all that matters to me.
Man, that's uncomfortable. Donnie, you've been out here, you've been running these streets way too long to end up with something like that. Honestly, I really, next thing I know, you're going to be hugged up. There you go. Hugged up in a meme. Fatal distraction. Fatal distraction. That's exactly what you're looking like right now. That's exactly what you're looking like. However, I would like to challenge the whole distraction part of that because on behalf of the country, this is not good.
So Natalie, the diaper nurse, has a very interesting history, and trust me, she doesn't just change diapers. She started out at OANN, and if you know anything about them, it's total garbage, but it's also 100% Russian propaganda. The owner of OANN is a guy who retired in 2000 at the age of 59, took a trip to Russia, came back, immediately unretired, and started a TV network that led to OANN. Natalie spent 2 years on there spewing election conspiracies and hateful Christian nationalist talking points. She then went straight from there to Mar-a-Lago. She then changed her entire face to look exactly like his daughter, you know, the only one he's interested in, and is now his, quote, comfort blanket. She is the only one that he took on that plane. And now we know that she writes all of his social media posts. She also apparently is now the one you have to go through to get to him. Even the purge mask has to go through Natalie to get people fired. That is a shocking amount of power. It's not just that she controls what the Orange Clown puts out. She also allegedly controls everything that he sees. She filters all of the information that gets to him. So when you see the press asking him, did you see this or did you hear about this? And he constantly says no, or I don't know, or I haven't heard about that. It's very likely that it's because Natalie didn't let him see it.
Oh, by the way, when it comes to what's said online, the social media activity, put a pin in that. We'll be back.
Now, I'm not saying that she's a foreign asset, but I am saying that if a foreign government were to exert complete control over another leader, you don't just have to control the output, you have to control the input too. And now we're seeing the Orange Clown's rapid cognitive decline happening in real time. And cognitive decline makes people extremely gullible and way more susceptible to being controlled. So we have, to sum it up, a leader who is increasingly detached from reality, completely isolated from facts by what might be a foreign asset, and no one is able to talk sense into him because his dementia makes him increasingly fearful of strangers. So he's retreated into a bubble of paranoia and isolation with this lady, Natalie. Also happens to be an absolutely unhinged whack job. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, I can answer that. What could possibly go wrong? From Natalie Harp's letters to Trump, you're all that matters to me. I don't ever want to let you down. Thank you for being my guardian and protector in this life. What you mean by this life? Trump.
I'll never leave him.
I want to bring you joy to feel like we can get through a day without ever having to talk work. What type of joy are we talking about now? Huh?
Brother,
I want to get back to that synergy where we talk about everything and nothing. You're the alpha and the omega, the be all and end all. What would I be without you? Why she sound like a badly written teen movie villain? That's exactly what she sounds like right now.
This girl is the nastiest skank.
I want things to always be right between us. I also know I've been distracted all week, forgetting to eat throughout the days and even forgetting to sleep and only catching a couple of hours at a time. That I believe. That I believe. That is the truest thing that she wrote. You need some sleep at a minimum. After going through all this self-analysis, my conclusion, I need to reunite my past self with my current into a better version who will make you proud. And please, when I fail, will you tell me you have the absolute right to cuss me out if need be when I deserve it, because no one knows or cares about me more. Thank you for always being there for me. I'll never forget when you made that promise to me after losing my dad. To modify a classic, I could not have parted with you to anyone less worthy. And I will add, it is I who am unworthy. Always, Natalie. Hey, Trump, you just keeping her around to feel better about yourself? You just we all can see it. We all can see it. You're not fooling nobody with that one, okay? That's not even her own family. Oh, we'll get there.
But wait, there's more.
With all my heart, Natalie, Trump's most devoted age emerges. She never takes a day off, not even on Sunday. She works out of the Oval Office and she's got a regular seat on Marine One. She texts with world leaders on the president's behalf. She stays up late with him drafting social media posts. She rarely speaks on camera, and yet she is never not there, ever present with a wide smile and her eyes fixed on the president.
I'll never leave him. Not when they come for him. Not when the lights go out.
She is Natalie Harp, the 35-year-old West Wing aide. I'm sorry. Did you say she was 35? She's 35? Writing like that? Hey, Tyler Perry, I got one for you. You could do a whole series.
Yeah, boy.
The 35-year-old West Wing aide, who is the utmost gatekeeper to President Trump, a one-woman conduit of information operating entirely outside the usual chain of command. The public's interest in Ms. Harp exploded after she was revealed last week to be one of the lucky few who joined the president inside an airplane catering container to be whisked out of Turkey under threat of attack by Iran. Hey, who crying? Karoline Leavitt. Karoline Leavitt. Come on now. You knew what it was. Trump announced Karoline Leavitt's departure to spend more time with her family. In a leaked video from last night, she looks visibly isolated during a tense Marine One exchange with Trump and another woman. Hours later, she's out. Now, that's what I'm talking about, Karoline Leavitt. That's what I'm talking about. What was y'all talking about?
You have no idea what she's done to me! You have no idea what she...
Wait, so you mean to tell me that the guy who cheated on the mother of his first 3 kids with the mother of his 4th, cheated on her with the mother of his 5th, and then cheated on her with a porn star is having an affair with his 35-year-old personal assistant? Shocker. Yeah. You should have seen that coming, Karoline Leavitt. You should have seen that coming. This week, she became the subject of a political attack line delivered by Jon Ossoff, the Democratic senator from Georgia, who said of the president, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar.
See, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar.
The senator's singling out of Ms. Harp triggered a particularly ferocious response from many corners of Trump world. White House aides, lawmakers on Capitol Hill, conservative influencers, and at least one cabinet member took to the ramparts on X to defend Ms. Harp's honor. Man, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. If you wanted to defend her honor, tell her to keep them letters to herself. Ain't no defending her honor when she's sending them letters. Ain't no way. But you know what? If y'all want to sign up for the Summer Jam screen, be my guest. Who first? Megyn Kelly? Ooh, we love to drag us some Megyn Kelly.
Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
From Megyn, Ossoff was clearly implying that Trump is having an affair with his staffer. He was so determined to disparage Trump, he didn't give one thought, or worse, he did, to how this would affect Natalie forever. Don't let the Democrats tell you they're for women. It's a lie. Now, I could go to the comments that you have made attacking women. I could go to the comments underneath that post where you got ate up. But I believe I'm just going to throw this assist to JoJo. It's weird. All Ossoff said was that Trump wants to fly around the world with Natalie Harp. It's not like he was bragging about grabbing her by the pee or suggesting she was bleeding from her wherever. But Megyn Kelly also said that assaulting 15-year-olds isn't really assault. So, who next? Who next? Who want this smoke?
You want this smoke? Okay, you about to get it. It's about to be a barbecue.
From Newt Gingrich, Jon Ossoff owes Natalie Harp a personal apology for having smeared her. If a conservative Republican had attacked a liberal Democrat working professional woman the way Ossoff smeared Natalie Harp, there would be cries to kick them off the ticket and reject this kind of misogynistic language, diminishing and smearing someone who is simply doing their job. Hey, Newt Gingrich, you see your comments? You see your comments? Yeah, double the amount of retweet. You got ratioed on that one. Oh, they ate you alive. You should have just ate your food. And I know you like to do that. You should have just ate your food. Nah, they gonna drag you. They definitely gonna drag you.
They're about to drag you. They're about to drag you. In these comments. In these comments. In these comments. Oh, they're about to drag you. Hey, they're about to drag you.
And let's land it here. Natalie Harp is a gutter racist who has made far worse smears against other people, Newt Gingrich. You tell her to personally apologize to Michelle Obama. We'll wait. We'll wait. What was it that you said, Megyn Kelly? How it might affect Natalie, right? But now all of a sudden we're seeing who's responsible for Trump's many attacks on Americans, public or not. Yeah. Oh no, all y'all can get it.
All right, I'm putting cases on all you.
The Natalie Harp email went out. Now look at this. You know, I have to give you some credit for at least using your own words. We've seen so much of this where you literally just copy and paste. I guess they raised the standards.
Let me go ahead and just play it because there's just such a long history of this. Trump punching down, insulting women. Let's just play it.
Scott, never complaining about it.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account
only Rosie O'Donnell.
But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
You are the worst reporter. No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
Well, I'm asking you about survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
You know what?
If there's nothing incriminating in the file,
Quiet. Unbelievable.
Quiet, piggy. I mean, Scott.
Excuse me, sir.
Dan's question was pretty straightforward. If you're going to be outraged over traveling on a plane with Natalie, are you going to be outraged over all those things?
I
I do not believe in demeaning women in any way, number one. Number two.
So
this is not.
Did the president demean women, and was that unacceptable?
The issue I have with this is.
Are you outraged or not about that?
The issue I have.
outraged?
The issue I have with this is.
Not answering the question.
Natalie Harp.
Not answering the question.
Is not a public figure.
Nor is
she has
nor
no.
Is Ruby Freeman or
she
Shane
has,
Moss.
She has no ability.
To be honest,
you are not answering the question. You are avoiding the question again, Scott. You continuously distracted, avoid that.
You have, by the way, at home, you have no idea how loud this is.
But Scott, listen.
You have no idea how dishonest you are.
Oh yeah, y'all been living by that double standard for far too long now, haven't you? For far too long. And this administration is nothing if not incompetent. They just left the playbook out for all to see. And guess what? The rules of engagement have changed.
1,000%. And look, I think right off the get-go, this is unfair to Natalie. This is unfair to people who work in politics. And that's why I support him doing it in this manner, because for too long, Democrats have practiced that old mantra, when they go low, we go high. Anyone who is not willing to match the Republicans in terms of how low they're willing to go and to beat them should be disqualified from any future presidential nominating contest.
Ah, very well said. We're matching energies in 2026. Let's dig in, shall we?
What's the dragon? It's when you come and got the whole crowd laughing. You posted a take and the app starts flashing. Now everybody's screenshot capturing. Hands up, people. Stand up, people. They got memes and replies lined up, people. We about to let the dragon out.
The insane story of Natalie Harp, an insane woman who is insanely obsessed with Donald Trump. Natalie Harp is Lil Donnie's close personal assistant who follows Donnie around everywhere, carries his diapers in her bag, and has a little handheld printer to print out adoring articles of Donald Trump to then hand to Donald Trump, and lastly, to read out loud to Donald Trump because Donald Trump can't read. She was born in 1991 to a relatively rich and devout Christian family in California. In 2015, she developed cancer. With the help of an immunotherapy treatment, she eventually entered remission, and for literally no reason at all, she gave Donald Trump credit for saving her life. She took an FDA-approved drug prescribed by a doctor, and somehow Donald Trump made that happen with an unrelated law. She went on Fox News and praised him so loudly that he called in to bask in the adoration. From that moment on, she was in, and she burrowed deep like a tick into the musty, wrinkled, fleshy, flabby folds of our corpulent president. In 2020, she became an anchor on OANN, holding nightly tirades on how Mark Zuckerberg stole the election and that Marxists were using the COVID vaccine to mutate people. Seriously. But her unending vomit of Donnie praise won her a singular honor. She joined Donnie's personal staff, which is actually the second time Donnie has gone mail-order bride shopping on OANN, by poaching a young blonde anchor that he pays to spend time with him. In 2023, she wrote Donnie a series of letters, which is again funny because she knows he can't read. She filled the letters with Bible verses and claimed that he was the only thing in the world that mattered to her. The Secret Service, upon reading these letters, flagged her as a security risk. Trump overruled them, and so the creepy creepo got to stay. She also had the Trump campaign buy her an entire new wardrobe, costing reportedly in the high tens of thousands, because she was going to be on TV sometimes. But the most important question in all of this, and maybe the most important question we can ask ourselves as Americans, is who would win in a fight with Laura Loomer?
Man, that sounds disqualifying. You know, like more disqualifying than Pete Hegseth in that dunk tank.
Hard enough. There it is! There it is! Down goes Hegseth! Down goes Hegseth!
Or more disqualifying than Kash Patel writing children's books.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Or more disqualifying than 34 felonies. How did she end up in that position?
Nobody even understands it but me.
Natalie Harp declined to do background checks and worked without a White House security clearance for a year. She spent some of that time texting world leaders on Donald Trump's behalf. Without a... Oh, you're not finished? When she wasn't in the trunk of a car. I have no idea what you mean by when she wasn't in the trunk of a car. That's a weird place for a 35-year-old woman to spend her free time. Have we confirmed that about the security clearance?
Wow, we have some more shocking Natalie Harp news today, and it really is quite the doozy. This is the headline from NBC. Trump aide Natalie Harp worked at the White House without security clearance for a whole entire year. Harp, according to sources, declined multiple times over more than a year to seek a routine security clearance normally obtained by West Wing staffers. Again, it is expected that West Wing staffers get this routine security clearance. But as concerns mounted among the White House counsel's office, Donald Trump himself intervened. And Harp, in just the last few months, actually got, finally, this clearance. But look, this is quite bizarre for a couple reasons. Number one, why didn't Natalie Harp pursue getting a security clearance against something that all West Wing staffers need to get? But two, the fact that the White House counsel's office was so concerned with Harp not having the security clearance that Donald Trump himself, the president, had to personally intervene. It adds up to a continued pattern of behavior between Harp and Trump. But the question I have, beyond the concern of these stories coming out, why are these leaks happening now? Someone in the White House is leaking. They're feeding this information about Natalie Harp to these reporters. Karoline Leavitt just left the White House. Is it her? Who knows? But regardless, it seems that the controversy and the stories around Natalie Harp are not slowing down. And the White House is absolutely terrified.
That makes a whole lot of sense. That they would be terrified if they had her working in close proximity with no security clearance. And here's the thing, MAGA. You guys like to pretend as if trying to obscure the truth and trying to block transparency isn't somehow a clear indictment of guilt, just completely violating all common sense and rational thought. We understand. We know better. Okay? Just because, y'all are not asked to do critical thinking does not mean we are not capable of critical thinking. We understand what not signing up for the background check means. We all had to get a job in our backsliding days. We know exactly what that's like. And it makes perfect sense why the White House was terrified. What I need to know is, how did she get away with it for that long?
New breaking details about Trump's fiercely loyal personal aide, Natalie Harp. Our Kristen Holmes reporting tonight that Harp is physically close to Trump at all hours of the day. Sources also telling Kristen that Harp once jumped into the trunk of a vehicle in Trump's motorcade when she was told there was not room for her to travel with him to a hearing.
Oh, is that what she was doing in the trunk of the car? Was she hiding from the background checks, or? That don't sound right. According to CNN, after being denied a place in Donald Trump's motorcade en route to his criminal trial in New York City, Natalie Harp jumped into the trunk of a vehicle so she could remain close to him. She jumped into the... That sounds like the beginning of a domestic, don't it? It sure enough does. And we did have that report of her getting into the screaming match when she was placed on the decoy plane immediately. Trump. Look, I understand the flattery. I understand the value of the flattery, especially for you at this point in your life, what you got going on. People saying you got diapers, all that and the other thing. Melania won't hold your hand. It's Browning. I understand all of that. I understand the flattery, but player, she not taking no for an answer. That never ends good.
You doing this?
Doing what?
You need help.
Don't tell me what I need.
You need to shrink.
A sane, stable, grown adult doesn't scream her head off in the lobby of Trump Tower and then crawl into the trunk of one of the president's SUVs. But psycho assistant Natalie Harp was never sane to begin with. Put simply, junk in the trunk. It was October 2023, and Donald Trump was due at a New York City courthouse to fight his latest set of legal troubles. But as the motorcade idled outside his Trump Tower residence, staffers confronted a more immediate problem. There wasn't room for Harp, the hyper-loyal aide whose devotion to Trump had quickly entrenched her within his orbit. A screaming match in the lobby ensued, with Harp insisting that Trump had personally asked her to attend the court appearance. Two sources familiar with the matter told CNN. Denied a seat but determined not to be left behind, Harp jumped into an SUV trunk, according to two sources and confirmed by a photo obtained by CNN. Man, could you imagine having a family member that, oh, you can? They're speaking up now. Trump aide Natalie Harp's brother reacts to new CNN reporting that she once jumped into the trunk of an SUV in Trump's motorcade when there were no seats left. It's actually kind of sad. That's like an unhealthy obsession.
The end result is that your sister jumped into the trunk of one of the motorcade vehicles to go to the court appearance in Lower Manhattan.
That's really funny. I didn't even know about that.
I mean, what is your reaction to that? I mean, you're laughing, but I mean, is it funny or what? I mean, you know her, so that's why.
I'm sorry. It's actually kind of sad. That's obsession. That's like an unhealthy obsession with someone. If you're going to jump into the trunk of their car, like.
But the question is, how does an obsession like that develop?
You guys grew up in the same home, the same family, so you understand where she's coming from in a way that no one else does.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think drew her to him?
Not her.
Yeah.
Well, my mom raised us with the idea that American exceptionalism was the correct way of looking at things, that the United States is the boss of the world, that, like, you know, slavery was back then, that was normal. People weren't bad because they had slaves.
Oh, I believe that one. I believe he telling the truth. He telling the truth. Yeah. In California, mind you.
And honestly, and it's like Trump wants to take all those books out of schools. He wants to rewrite history. And so, like, I think that my sister, unfortunately, didn't break out of that delusion that my mom raised us with. And Trump is like everything that my mom taught us to respect.
Wait a minute. Did your mama used to jump in trunks too? Huh? No, because they say kids imitate you. So was your mama jumping in trunks? Like, well, tell me something.
So I think that's where her infatuation for Trump comes from, honestly, because I don't think it's a physical attraction. Let's get real, you know.
On which side? You mean Oh, for her to Trump? Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I got you.
Like, personally, I don't think so.
So when you use the word infatuation, I understand your point about, you know, the nature of it. I mean, she obviously is his assistant. They call her the human printer.
Hey, I just want to send some love out to that brother, man, because as a brother myself, you never want your sister publicly called the human anything. That's you don't want your sister to be the human nothing, and he dealing with it on a national stage. Hey, thoughts and prayers, man.
What do you think it is about her? I mean, what do you make of how much the president relies on her? We've learned a lot, from Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan's new book, we've learned, right, about his incredible reliance on her at all hours of the day to post social media posts, just as one example.
Yeah. I think that Trump's best friends are people who are his fan club, and so she's his biggest fan. And so that's probably why he likes her. And she's good looking. she's got a good personality. Like, I don't know.
I want to ask you, Preston, on something that just...
She thinks that he saved... He thinks that he saved her life. So, like, somebody living with that kind of gratitude, that must feel pretty good.
Now, as far as him saying that his best friends are people that support and love him, Trump has said that himself. Not only has Trump admitted that about himself, he said that he don't even care if they good people. He don't even care if they're good people as long as they like him. He gonna ride with them. Now, if you just substitute good for like, you know, sane or normal, then there we go. I think we got a name for this kind of thing. Psycho. Okay, this is actually way worse than I thought. Not because she's a foreign agent, but because of how dangerous the psychology is and the impact it's having. Natalie Harp was extremely close to her dad before he suddenly unalived himself. Robert Harp homeschooled her in a Christian, integralist, evangelical family. He was also her boss for her entire adult life and her mentor in making a Christian mission of business. Within 3 weeks of Robert's death, she was there in Palm Beach printing truths out for Trump at Mar-a-Lago. She did not miss a beat. That's why her notes are about him being her guardian and protector, and why Trump says she will never leave me. This is a psychological dyad referred to sometimes as a folie à deux, I know French, that can create a sealed escalating psychosis in both people. Didn't they make a Joker movie all about that? It didn't do well, but it did better than this is going. He provides her protection and a replacement father figure. Her job is to protect his alternate reality at all times by controlling both his input and output. There are two separate kinds of transference going on. Natalie Harp has transferred her relationship with her father to her new guardian and protector, Donald Trump. Trump has transferred his lust for his daughter to Natalie Harp. Quote, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. This creates a double bind. She meters his information, diet to maximally serve his delusions, and doubles as his nurse. In return, he takes her on the safe jet instead of leaving her to die with the press, and doubles as her daddy. This is dark. They feed each other psychosis. There's no fixing this. It will require intervention. Man, that's a whole lot. This is a regular soap opera.
People are saying we spend too much time together.
Let them talk.
I wrote you something. A letter, 14 pages.
Wow.
Single-spaced.
I won't read it.
He missed his line. He missed his line. He was supposed to say, I can't read it. Hey, shout out to all the wardrobe people though. That hairpiece, huh? Hey, well done. Well done. Look better than the real thing, that's for sure.
There's something I have to tell you, and it changes everything.
Whatever it is, we'll face it together.
It's the generic ballot. We're down 4.
Oh, I thought I got you knocked up.
Trump. You know better than that. You know better than that. We know what your only defense is, so let's not do that. We well past that. Like decades. How old is Barron?
She's onto us.
She doesn't understand what we have here.
What if she asks where we go at night?
Tell her Iran. Are the numbers good?
If the numbers aren't beautiful, will you still want me?
The numbers better be hot.
Hey, y'all gonna have to replace Donnie for the next season as the world burns. Y'all gonna have to replace him. He mailed it in. He mailed it in. Nah. You know. I guess that tracks too.